Hello everyone, it's Christy from Christy's Beautiful Life. Welcome back to the best of 30 days of sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life. That's me. And we are on to day 29. You guys, we pretty much have made it. Today's sketch is the one and only double page sketch that is being featured for the best of. It's a good one. Of course, you know it's an Allison Davis sketch. It had to be, right? Like, there's no way you could share a double page sketch in the best of series and not have it be from Allison Davis. And this one was just featured, just last series, series 9. So there were a ton of amazing, beautiful takes on this. And I had a really hard time picking, but I've narrowed it down to 15 to share plus mine. So this is going to be a bit of a longer video, so hang on tight with me. And I'm going to probably do a little bit more of the same idea of sharing the theme that you could use with this sketch versus, you know, a little bit more descriptiveness. So let's start with my sketch. Or my take on the sketch. I am not a double page scrapbooker, so I only did the left hand side, and I kind of really made it my own. Used a cut file in place of where the stack of photos would be, and I flipped it, as you can see, so that it's my photos could be vertical instead of horizontal. We've talked about that throughout this series, how I tend to take a lot more vertical than horizontal layout, so I tend to flip sketches a lot of times to make that work. I really love this, how this turned out though. It was a great way to get these cute character photos of Sean and I documented. So that was really fun. And now let's get going with all the amazing takes. So there's going to be a mixture of the full sketch, the left-hand side, and then a couple of the right-hand side. However, the right-hand side was the popular one last series, so you can go check those out. I want to share with you some really fun ideas on how to deal with that left-hand side, because I think that was a bit tricky. So we are going to start with Michelle Vance. And, oh, nope, we're not. I'm on the wrong thing. We are going to start with, I'm sorry, Michelle, you were featured on the last one that I did. Kathy Lynn Glenn. She did the right-hand side. And what I love is, if you look at all the photos she's gotten on there, I think it's a game night is what she's kind of documenting there. But she has that big photo right in the middle, and then the idea from the sketch, just that left-hand side with all the fun that's happening there, and spread that across her whole 12 by 12. I love her color combo. That purple, teal, and black is an amazing color combo, and I just love that. So that is a very great idea on how you can make that sketch work for you and maybe change the sizing of your photos. Then we have Megan, Megan B. I'm not going to say your last name because I'm not going to get it right. She also has a share of the right-hand side of that sketch, and hers is a Disney themed layout. And is that not just like absolute pure magic? Her layout says magic is here, I believe, but her layout is magic. It's so pretty. And this sketch, especially that left-hand side, that right-hand side is so perfect for Disney and getting all those photos on one layout. We have Patricia Flores, and now she's done the whole sketch. And is this not so fun and perfect for a vacation, right? Like, again, all the photos you can get on there, but yet still highlight some of the bigger shots that maybe were your favorite. I love the way that she made that sketch work for her, and it's so pretty. I love vacation layouts. They're some of my favorites. So there is that example. We have Anne Furtado, and hers is also the right-hand side, and it is a wedding. I believe it's a wedding, right? But isn't it so pretty and just, it's perfect. It's perfect. Again, really great example on how you make things work for you. And she absolutely did that with this. And it's just very pretty. So I love that one and wanted to share that one. Oh, and now we've got Carolyn Germaine Valentine, and she's done the whole sketch and turned it into a birthday theme, which seriously, who doesn't love a good birthday? And think of all the photos you take, especially when they're just like turning one. You take all the photos. So this is perfect. I really loved her nod with using all the balloons that stretched across the whole sketch. That was a great way to tie them in together. And then we have Ginger Bush, and you guys, she's used the whole sketch, but she flipped it. And that was really fun. I loved how she did that. That was a really neat take when I was scrolling through, and I'm like, hey, that looks a little different. So I really love Ginger's take on that. And she's scrapbooking a baby, and it's a baby boy themed. So of course it has my heart because I'm all about baby boy layouts. They are some of my all-time favorites. And so I had to share that one, but you guys, it's flipped, and I'm just obsessed with that. Next up, we have Cindy Thicke, and she's used the right-hand side, and it is another game night type of looking sketch going on. But what I really wanted to share with you on this is look at the fact that she took those photo strips, laid them out, and then placed her, like, I think they're 3x3 Instagram photos on top of that. So you absolutely see the sketch and the nod to the sketch, but she just made it work for her, not having to shrink down her photos. And it's just such a fun interpretation of that. So definitely had to get that one in there. And then we have Joyce Constant, and she's done the whole sketch as well. And hers is a nautical theme. But what I loved the most about this is, again, we're focusing kind of in on that right hand side, right? She's used a really busy background paper, like pattern paper, and this would be the perfect example of when you have those papers that you're like, I don't know how I'm going to use this. Like, how do you put photos on top of that? Don't. Make it an element on the sketch like Joyce has done with hers, and it's perfect. I just loved that, and I hope that gives you an idea on how maybe you could use a busier pattern paper that you have in your stash. We have Jacky Hayes, and hers is a Christmas themed, and of course Christmas is going to be perfect for this sketch. And hers, I think, is like visiting like a Christmas market, possibly, if I'm looking at it closely, but it doesn't matter. Any Christmas theme is going to work so perfectly with this, and I just love it. And I love Christmas so much. I love seeing all the layouts, and this is just so beautifully done. So definitely don't forget your Christmas layouts when you're looking at double page sketches. Now we've got a left-hand side. This one was from Laura Moss, and I love Laura's layouts. She is just so, she has simplicity, but in such a beautiful way with her layouts. So this is an example of that. She's documenting a first day of school, which is a great theme I wanted to bring up. And I just really, really love that pattern paper in the background. It's so beautiful, but yet the photos of what I'm assuming is her daughter still pop out, and they're just gorgeous. All right, next up, we have Susie Vakovsky. I can never get your name. I'm so sorry. And again, a whole layout. It's the whole sketch, but she's done baby, but now it's the baby girl. So I definitely had to throw that in there because we did a baby boy. Gotta see a baby girl. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. So much fun. And think of all the pink you could get used up on a baby girl layout with a double page sketch, because you know we all get a lot of pink stuff in our collections. And then we have Dana Terry, and hers is also a baby layout, and it's also the whole sketch. But I want you to look again on that right hand side, and do you see how instead of photo strips or whatever you have, she just has beautiful little strips of paper to give the nod to the sketch, but make it work for her and the theme that she had going on there. And I loved that. So I really wanted to highlight that because that is a really great way. If you're like, I don't know what to do with that, that's way too overwhelming with me. Just use strips of pattern paper, make it work. Fill that space with something that does work for you. All right, next up we have Melody Ruley, and she's done the whole sketch. And is this not just fun and playful? And really, if you look at the basics of her layout, she has taken the sketch and simplified it down to make it work for her, but yet it does not look like a simple layout in any way. So this is just a great way for you to take the elements of a sketch that you see and you want to work with and just forget the rest of it. This is the perfect example of that for you there. Next up, we have Kristen Foster, and she's done the whole sketch as well. This is a wedding or a prom. I think it's wedding because of the rings. So it's another theme there. But this is great. I mean, think of all of the photos you get at a wedding, right? There's so many. So this is a really great way to either hone in on a certain part of it or however you want to do it. Oh, she did such a lovely job with her layout and her take on the sketch and using the whole sketch to make it work for her photos. And then we have Pamela Lincoln's cook, and she's used the left-hand side, and it's, I love it because, again, we're talking winter, and she used red on her winter, which is not something I would ever think to do because I'm afraid of red. I just love it. It's so pretty, and I had to share it because it just, I just love it. And then finally we have Elaine, Christina, Silva, and hers is the whole sketch, and it is Disney princess to a T. It is absolutely beautiful. I love everything about it. Had to throw that one in there to wrap it up because isn't it pretty? And she's used all those little pieces on the right hand side, so I just love it. All right guys, that is what I have for today. I did speed it up, as you can see, but we got it in 15 beautiful layouts to share. And I will see you guys tomorrow with a very special video to wrap up the series. Please make sure you check out the playlist, check out Instagram, and go head on over to Facebook and check out all the other takes from this gorgeous, gorgeous sketch from Allison Davis. And I will see you all tomorrow. Bye everyone.